Since we're now going to go into the second day of Elul, for us in a few minutes is already Bet Elul. That's it. Rosh Chodesh is over. Now we already fastened the seatbelt. Now let's go. The first thing one needs to do when they start doing Teshuvah is to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, nothing's going to work. Not only in Teshuvah, in anything in life. If you just say, let's start, you don't have a plan where you're going or how you're going. And even if you have a destination, but you didn't plan out your route, you're just going to be, how they say in Hebrew, it says, mitmazmez. I'm lost here and there. I have to have a plan, I have to have a destination, and I have to have a plan. So my destination is to reach to the first day of Tishrei on Rosh Hashanah, ready to walk into the Beit Knesset and to, that's it, seal the deal. To get all the bracha and all the shefa, all the abundance from Hashem. So now I need a plan. If I don't have a plan and I didn't plan the route, then I'm going to be wasting my time. To many people, the way how they organize their thoughts, how they connect to Hashem, how they calm their thoughts and feelings is through a type of meditation that is called Hitbodedut. Many people attribute this meditation to Breslev, but neither. This is the form of meditation at Bodedut was done also by Avraham Avinu and Yitzchak and Yaakov. This is not something that is new or necessarily attributed to the Chassidut of Breslev. But nevertheless, I know many people who are not connected to the Chassidut of Breslev and they do their Hitbodedut. Hitbodedut comes from the word in Hebrew bidud. Bidud means isolation. And the term is called bidud hanefesh, that I isolate my soul. We're constantly surrounded with a lot of distractions. You have a phone, you have WhatsApp, you have Facebook, you have a wife, you have all sorts of things, a husband. There's constantly distractions around you and you can't concentrate on anything. The only way to concentrate is when you do some type of isolation. So Hitbodedut is that I isolate myself from any distractions and I'm able to start talking to the Kadosh Baruch Hu, reflecting on my actions, thinking where I need to grow and so forth. But nevertheless, in order for me to have a good roadmap, a plan to get to my destination, I find that the best way is that you put it down in writing. When I go to shop, which doesn't happen so often, I make a list. Honey, what do we need? Do we need, how many cans of pickles do we need? How many milks do we need? Some people go to shop, they don't go with a list. What do we need? Whatever I see there, I'll take there. So first of all, you forget half the things that you wanted to get. You buy things you don't really need, and it's not efficient. So when I go shopping, I create a list. Everything that I do, I create a list. Even before I go abroad on a trip, everything that I do, I make a list. Because it's easy to check, and I didn't forget. So when I want to become efficient, especially in Teshuvah, I have to make a list. Why? Because I need some type of a bird's eye view. I need a satellite view from above to see what's going on. We spoke about it a little bit before earlier. I'm just going to repeat it real quick. But I work very good with notes. When I have notes, then I find that I'm much more successful, much more efficient, and I get the job done. If I don't have my notes, and I like notes on a paper, not on a phone. People write the things on the phone. I don't like doing anything on the phone besides calling. Because the phone itself is it's a distraction. And the phone itself also is operated by a klipa. Put it on a piece of paper. There's something mystical with taking ink and writing on a piece of paper and bring it into the existence of the world. So what you need to do right now, because you're ready to do Teshuvah, is you want to put down in writing a certain analysis of what's going on in the last year. Before in the class I explained that when you have a business, or even when you don't have a business, but especially when you have a business, comes the end of the year, you need to file your taxes. You sit with the accountant and you come and tell him, this is all the income, this is all the expenses, now how much taxes do I need to pay? Can you make sure that I'm not going to pay taxes? So same thing here, comes the end of the year, I need to make some type of account. What came in, what went out, what was lost, what was not done. Because to do the right Teshuvah, I need to first see some type of a report. What was the last 11 months? So the way to do it is to take a piece of paper. You can either write it in columns, you can write it however you want. I'll give you the idea, you develop it to however you want. First of all, I like writing it in columns because it's just easier. In the first column, you write all the mitzvot that you did very well throughout the last year, and from there it's just to maintain it. And you write the whole list. I was able to wake up and go to the minyan every day. I was able to attend classes. I was able to really guard my tongue. I was able to give tzedakah. I was able to say birkat hamazon. Whatever it is, all the mitzvot that you were successful, and from this point on, you just need to maintain it. But right next to it, you write all the mitzvot that you're supposed to do, and you don't do it all. You have to be very honest. Don't worry, this paper is private. You don't have to share it on your Facebook page. It's private. But you write all the mitzvot that you want to and should do, but you don't really do. I don't wear tzitzit the whole day. I don't really guard my eyes. I don't really guard my mouth. I don't really, I don't really wash my hands. I say mezonot and whatever it is. I'm just giving you ideas, but you want to be honest and write all the mitzvot that you know, that you are aware of, that you're supposed to do and you're not really doing. And you have to be very honest. Don't try to round corners here. So you have on one side the mitzvot that you do and you're doing well. All you need to do is maintain it. And on the other side, all the mitzvot that you're really not doing. Doesn't matter right now why you're not doing it. But you're not doing it. And you are aware of that. I'm not talking about things that you're not aware of. Then you do another column. All the sins that I was able to prevent myself from doing. And I'm very well aware of these sins that I don't do. Whatever it is, I don't slander, I don't take lashon hara, I don't look to the wrong direction, I don't judge people, whatever it is. But you give yourself the tap on the back. These are all the sins that I know how to prevent myself from doing. But right next to it is all the sins that I know that I constantly do and I keep failing. And maybe I gave up, maybe I didn't give up. But I write down all the sins that I know that I'm aware of and I need to change. Then I gave it more in length in the class in the morning, but I want to make another column of everything that has to do with my midot, with my characteristics and my attributes. And I explained it more in depth in the class in the morning, but you want to make one line, one column of all the midot, all my characteristics that I was able to really work on myself. I was impatient, now I'm much more patient. I was quick to anger, now I know how to control my anger. I'm very judgmental, I know how to be much less judgmental. But I write down all the midot that I was able to refine. And the one next to it is all the midot that not only that I wasn't able to refine, but that I'm failing miserably with them. And again, this is private. You don't have to share it with the world. So if you're quick to anger, you're very impatient, you're judgmental, you're jealous, whatever it is, it's just you and Hashem right now. But you make a very thorough list of all the midot that you're saying, who am I kidding? I'm really bad in these midot. And honesty is the key here. If you're not going to be honest with yourself, you're never going to be able to refine yourself. Then, you want to make another column of all the resolutions. Even though I don't like using the word resolution, I rather use the word hachlata. But you take on yourself, how many times in the last 30 years you took on yourself a decision and it lasted 3 days, or a week, or a month, or whatever. Sometimes you're able to hold it, but many people, including me, you make a decision and it lasts for 2 days, for 5 days, that's it. And then you get busy. And then it's not about blaming yourself or to making yourself feel bad. You want to make an analysis, how many resolutions I took on myself and I was able to really do. And on the other hand, next to it, all the resolutions that I decided to do, all the achlatot, but nothing was done. Or I was able to sustain it a week or two, and that's it, and somehow I got distracted and got busy. Then you want to make another set of columns of all the disappointments you had from having expectations. And I'll give you, for example, you'll already elaborate it with yourself. Some people, they have an expectation, they invest in a business, they have expectations for the business to work, and disappointment, it didn't work. They go out on a date, they had expectations to get married, and they didn't get married. Whatever it is, that I build expectations and I'm praying to Hashem and it didn't work out. And now I'm in the depth of disappointment and I'm down, sad, depressed, no energy. So you want to make a whole list of it could be that the list will have nothing on it. But everybody has some type of an expectation and then there's a disappointment. And I'll explain already down the line why this one is very important. Because a lot of the times our disappointment is what pulls me down and prevents me from growing. And who says that was supposed to happen? Who says that this year I had to get married? Maybe next year I'm getting married. who says that this year the business has to work out. So you want to write all the expectations, or more to say, all the disappointments you had from expectations that you had. But next to it, you want to write the complete opposite. All the things that you had expectations, you were praying for that. What do you know? The Kadosh Baruch Hu came through, and it worked out. I prayed for the business to work. What do you know? Business was running well. I prayed to get married. I found my other half. I prayed to have a kid. I prayed to grow spiritually. I prayed. I had the desire. I had the thought, the dream, whoop, and it worked out. So I have on the other one hand the disappointments, the other hand the ones that worked out. And later on I will elaborate why these are important, because it will give you an analysis what's going on in your life. Most people, they're not growing spiritually because of these things that are pulling them down, because they think that they are a failure, or they think that the Kadosh Baruch Hu neglected them, or they develop all these thoughts. It's not even true. Now you want to make another column, and with this we're going to finish. All the disappointments when I disappointed myself. That I had expectations of myself, and I disappointed myself. Only myself, not talking about, it's only you and yourself now. And Hashem is also involved. But that you had expectations of yourself and you disappointed yourself. How was I able to do it? Why couldn't I hold myself in this particular desire, or this particular lust, or this particular sin? I couldn't hold myself. I had to open my mouth. I had to. Some people are so hard on themselves with these things, then they don't function the right way because they're so hard on themselves. But on the other side, you want to write all the times that you are surprised from yourself. You made yourself a goal and you did it. You made yourself some type of a gader, a fence, and you were able to sustain it. So you want to constantly, I don't know to say pros and cons, but the positive and the negative. Now once you do that, that can take you either a few minutes, or if you're really honest and really want to do tshuva, can take you maybe a couple hours. But the thing is that you want to make some type of a plan, and you want to look from above to see what's going on right now. Looking at it from a business point of view, if I now have a business and I have on one side the income, on the other side the expenses, and I need to make a business plan, I need to know where money is coming from. If I'm gaining money, I'm earning money, I'm losing money, where the money has to go, same idea. Now I need to do tshuva. Let me see what's going on. You might find that this whole list is you in a very high level. You might find that you're doing amazing, and then you just continue, and then you grow. But you might find that you're doing very bad in this department, very good in this department, not so good in this department. But you need some type of a map to tell you where you are. Sometimes you have these surveys online that you put a bunch of information and it tells you a certain analysis about something. Same thing, you need to make some type of a report, because there's nobody in this world that you can come and tell him, how am I doing? Can you imagine now sending Hashem an email telling him, Hashem, how am I doing? Am I an 8.7? I'm a 6.9? What's my grade in the eyes of Hashem? Can you imagine how great it would be if I would get now once a month a report that Hashem tells me you're doing amazing here, you're doing bad here? But we don't have that. If you're smart, then you want to do it on a monthly base and even on a weekly base. But now we're doing it on an annual base. You need to know where you're holding. Because you might be super surprised and say, I'm doing amazing. You might be super disappointed and says, what am I talking about? I thought I'm doing so amazing. I'm not. I'm actually lagging behind. The tshuva that I'm doing is not if I did a lot of sins or I did a lot of mitzvot. Is where am I holding in my spiritual growth? If I'm standing in one spot, and sometimes it seems to me that I'm standing in one spot. But when I make this analysis, wait a minute, I'm actually 3 steps ahead. But if I'm standing on the same spot, I'm not doing good. And if chas v'shalom going back, it's even worse. So the next and most important thing is you want to lay down this foundation, this plan from above. I like calling it like a satellite view. I see everything from above. I know what's going on right now. Now I'm able to start applying the next step. Now let me start. You start your tshuva by doing sur mera v'aseh tov. What can I remove and where can I increase good? But you can't increase good when you're still carrying a lot of bad. So, Baruch Hashem, we still have 29 days. There's a lot more to do, but you want to start with that. The point in tshuva is to take it one step at a time. If you're taking too much on your plate, you're not going to be able to do anything. I'll explain that in the morning. Tafasta merube lo tafasta. You try to grab too much, you end up not grabbing anything. Same thing with tshuva. You need to take it baby steps. You need to take it one step at a time. That's the only way to actually be successful in your tshuva. And if you do it the right way, then by the time you will reach to Rosh Hashanah, you mastered your tshuva. You did a good job. And B'ezrat Hashem, that's how we get to the bracha, the blessing from the Kadosh Baruch Hu on Rosh Hashanah. And B'ezrat Hashem should be blessed with a beautiful year, with health, happiness, success. All our goals should be fulfilled, our desires, and most important, that we should be blessed in a revealed way from the Kadosh Baruch Hu and see the real blessing in my life, even when things don't work out exactly how I want. But nevertheless, we have a very long journey, so we gotta get busy.